The mercies of the Lord never comes to an end because they are new every morning, and so is his word to us. They never fits nor wear out, but are new every morning and lightens our path. We bless God for another opportunity to be blessed by his word to solidify and stabilize our foundation in him. Welcome to another episode of Insights for Living an Impact with the topic Reflecting the Image of God. We are aware that as humans, God created us in the likeness of his image. According to Genesis chapter 1 verse 26, not just for the fun of it, but for a purpose. And that is to reflect his image down here on earth. He could have created us in the form of other creatures, but decided to create us in his image, which is an identity that we carry. So it is an insult to say you don't know who you are or what you represent. You were created in an image, and that is the image of God, and you have to reflect this image out, because that is when we can deposit your origin and not the state or town you were birthed. Before we talk about reflecting the image of God in every area of our life and not just our spiritual life alone, we must understand what the image of God really is. Here we are not talking about the physical structure of God, but the nature of God. As God creature and being created in his image, as creature, his nature has been inputted into us, and so what we are meant to see in us is nothing more than that nature. Our life is meant to reflect out this nature. And what exactly is this nature? It is a life of righteousness, purity, and holiness. Without holiness, you cannot see God, says Hebrews chapter 12, verse 14. Our life must be a reflection of God's image. But the question is, are you really reflecting this image? Because it is not all of God's creature that are reflecting this image. Why? The devil got jealous of the nature God imputed into us as creation, and he attacked it. It started with Adam and Eve by deceiving them to eat the fruit, which made them lose their inheritance with God and the nature in them. When we look at the book of Genesis chapter 3 verse 1 to 4, it vividly explains that. And the whole mankind got affected. But because God has a purpose of creating us in his image, he was ready to redeem it back and sent his son in the person of Christ to make this sacrifice. The great sacrifice Christ paid got us back this nature. But we need to understand that Christ played his own part to get us back this nature. We also have our part to play to have this nature back in us, so that we can become a reflection of God's image, and even every part of our life can reflect his glory. But we only reflect out what we carry in the inside. So what nature is in you? That is an important question we need to sit with, because we have been very busy and distracted with a whole lot of things in life that we forget that the fight of the devil against us is to steal the nature of God in us, just like he did to Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden, and also tried to do with Jesus but did not succeed. Notice that the devil will not come in person to attack this nature. So don't wait for that, but he will use fiery darts such as disobedience, pride, anger, malice, covetousness, lack of self-control, lust, and many more. So we should pay attention to all of these acts in our life, because they are set up to steal this nature in us and make us lose our identity. This nature is very important. That is the nature of God. It is very important in us because it is our license to have dominion on earth. According to Genesis chapter 1 verse 26b and Revelation chapter 5 verse 10 says, we have been made kings and priests to God, and we shall reign on earth. The only way you reign on earth is when the nature of the king is still in you. Don't let the devil steal this nature in you, because he knows it is your access to having dominion and authority in every area of life, which is in competition with. Since we know that we have a responsibility as God creature to reflect his image and nothing else, our major concern now is how to continuously carry this nature in us, so that we can reflect his image. To continuously carry this nature, we must be in right standing with God. Without this, there is no way we can carry God's nature. There are many images also that are seeking to make a man's life an abode or inhabit a man's life, so you can reflect out their nature and attributes. And you reflecting any image outside of God has no advantage to you, but rather puts you under slavery and bondage. Standing right with God in order to carry the nature of God requires a life of constant devotion to God through prayer, fasting, studying of the word, and a life of discipline. It is by this we reflect the image of God in every area of our life, and not only even our spiritual life, but also every area of our life. The nature of God must be seen in our finances, how we deal with money, and the people we are in partnership with. It must be seen in our work, relationships, family life, emotional dealings, and many others. We must exhibit righteousness, right judgments, purity in all of these areas. That is how we reflect the image of God. Whose image are you currently reflecting in your life? Or what are people seeing as an evidence of your origin, or what you inhabit? This is the question we need to sit with and evaluate our life with, because the image you reflect is a product of the nature you carry. When you carry any nature outside God, it is an hindrance to your advantage as a believer. And if you are not a believer, listening to this message, God's nature can be inputted into you when you surrender to accept the life that connects us to the nature of God, which is the life of Christ. As God creature, created in his image, we are to reflect this image and no other image. I hope the word God has released to us today will guide us in realigning to God's path and stand right in Him, so that His nature in us will not be polluted and replaced by our adversary. Thank you for committing your time to listening through this message. May the word bear in us much bountifully fruit. God bless you. I remain Olufunke Sadiq, the convener of the Voice of Evangelism Outreach Ministry. See you next week. Thank you.